So the big question is this: how do most agents who struggle to get the information that most successful agents hoard to themselves grow and prosper without this information? That's the big question, and this video cast is the answer. Welcome to Real Estate Rockstars. I'm your host, Pat Hyben. And now, for the review of the day. This one's from Jen Greenberg. Jen Greenberg says, super informative course, easy to understand. This is the first Rebus University course that I've completed. I really got a lot out of it and can't wait to start implementing the techniques in my marketing campaign. Thank you for making the course available. I liked that it was broken into short sections and it was very easy to see and understand. Looking forward to taking more courses. Jen Greenberg, thank you very much. Jen Greenberg, 5 stars. Keep the comments coming, guys. I love them. And remember, I eat feedback for breakfast. So give me a 1-star review if you want, or a 5-star review if you want. I don't care. And the more reviews we get, the better guests we get. So please, subscribe first, and then leave us a review or wherever you're listening. Okay, what is going on, Rockstar Nation? I have a guest today from Temecula, California. Mr. Kelly Gilson is on the line, and he is rocking things out in Temecula. And here's the cool part is 3 years ago, this dude was in Nebraska, and he picked up and opened up, became a real estate agent in California out of the blue, and has just been crushing it out there. And it's a great lesson for everybody, really, on how to jumpstart a business by someone who's showing you that can be done anywhere by anybody. So I'm excited about this. So without further ado, Kelly, welcome to Real Estate Rockstars.
Good morning, Pat. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here today.
Hey, Kelly, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself so they can get to know you better?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, I'm a father of 3. I have a 9-year-old daughter, a 6-year-old son, and a 2-year-old son. Happily married for the last 10 years. So everything I do is for those individuals. So yeah, 4 years ago today, I was sitting in a classroom in Omaha, Nebraska, as a middle school math teacher, a high school basketball coach. But my wife and I came to a crossroads of what did we want to do with our life? What do we want to do in our lives? What did we really, were we really, going after the life that we wanted to live? And some events kind of occurred that forced us to make a decision. And we kind of call that decision the jump. So we were vacationing out in San Diego, and we were sitting on the sunny beaches, and I just said, babe, let's go for it. Let's move out here. And just see what happens. Worst case scenario, we lose everything. We end up back in Nebraska. I'll still have my teaching degree. And I believe you never start from ground zero anyway. We had already learned enough lessons. I had gotten a couple master's degrees, and we can always go back. So we did. And I was, it's funny because we were just talking. I still don't know how exactly we chose real estate, but that's what we did. Probably the barrier of entry, probably all the TV shows. That's what it was
for me too. People ask that all the time. Were you conscious about it? I said, no, not at all. I mean, I was, just happened, right? It was an easy there was no barrier to entry, right? You could just.
I didn't have to go on any job interviews. I just had to get my license, and it was pretty simple compared to the schooling that I had just gone through. So we did. We just moved out here, moved into a market where I knew one family, literally one family, and get into a business. I get licensed, and I get into a brokerage, and I get told, hey, I asked the question, like, how do I go get business? And yeah, go call your sphere of influence. And I'm like, well, that'll be pretty quick. I know one family out here in California. So that's not going to work for me. And so I got kind of led into door knocking, open houses. And that's what I did for the first, 12, 14 months of my career. I would try to door knock 150, 200 doors, and then open houses Saturday and Sunday. But for those of you know where Temecula, California is, we are right before Palm Springs, and it gets a little warm out here in the summer. So it wasn't very enjoyable, to say the least, but I'd still go out there. 12 months, I would close about a transaction a month. That was my goal, close one transaction a month, which grossed me right under 6 figures. And so I'm sitting on the beach, again, same beach, and just had worked probably 47 days in a row. And we had moved out here for this better lifestyle, to be closer to the beach, to spend more time together.
What was this, after a year or what?
Right after about 13 months in the business.
13 months in the business, you sold 13 houses, let's say, right?
Yep.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, so we're having almost the same conversation, and I kind of just say to my wife again, I just don't think this is the right industry for me. If this is what it takes to make 6 figures, like I said, I have a couple of degrees. I can get my teacher's certificate back out here.
Working workaholic hours, right?
Yep. I was busting my ass and trying to do as much as I can, but it was not focused energy. It was very, very sporadic, because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was saying. I was knocking on people's doors, not really knowing what to say. Was told to cold call and stuff, but I was deathly afraid of the phones at that time. I would much rather walk those miles in the 115-degree weather, because I thought I had the theory of, if I got face to face, they would be nicer to me.
Right.
I was probably wrong.
It is harder to hate
too.
up close, that's for sure. I mean,
exactly.
I think that was true.
Exactly. So have that conversation, and I said, but I'm gonna give it 6 months to 1 more year. But I got to do things differently. I've been a coach my entire life. I've been around athletics my entire life. I think I need to go find a coach. And so I interviewed a couple big name coaches. But a lot of people were just, hey, I can get you to do more. If you're door knocking 150 doors a day, I can get you to door knock 300 doors a day. And I was like, this isn't the conversation I was expecting. I was hoping for some systems. And then I ran across a coaching program that taught me how to think like a business owner, a business operator. And my entire paradigm shifted.
So you basically shifted from being an agent, a solo agent, to a team.
Yep.
So someone who's going to start a business, to a team, which happens, right? A lot of agents go through that shift. I did it. Everybody, it's not weird. It just is, right? So
exactly.
Tell me what you did exactly to make that shift, and like what life looks like now.
Yeah. So biggest thing that I did was I learned to invest in myself. I did everything through grunt prospecting, so it was just manual labor more than anything. But I learned to invest in myself. I talked to a couple big agents, a couple big lenders, some other business people, and they're saying, you're doing that and you're not spending any money in yourself. You're crazy. And so it led me down to, starting to lead gen at a massive level. And then, so it's all, direct reverse automated marketing. So people are reaching out to me or raising their hand saying, hey, I'm thinking about buying or selling here in the next couple months or 12 months. And then that conversation became a lot easier. My coach taught me what to say and kind of gave me those guidelines of a script. I didn't have a single script. I didn't know exactly what to say every time. It wasn't that way. It was more just guideline of some questions and how to make offers. So all of a sudden I go from selling, 12 homes in a year to lead gen, 150, 200 leads a month. And I'm sitting now in an air conditioned office and just calling people that are, raising their hand in some way, shape or form and just having conversations with them. And all of a sudden I'm closing 2 transactions a month, 3 transactions a month.
So basically you went from door knocking to cold calling, and I guess you're doing circle prospecting mainly?
No, it wasn't any cold calling. These weren't just random people. They were lead gen, whether it was online. I started to learn how to run Facebook ads 2.5 years ago, got into that, started creating some of my own ads.
Creating leads and then following up on the leads. Basically.
Exactly. exactly.
So,
And then,
so let's talk about today. Where are you at today? Like what was your ECI last year, Kelly? Your ego commission income?
it was about 1.4 million in GCI.
1.4 million. And then what'd you keep on that? What was your profit margin?
At that, it was about 36%.
Okay, so that about $500,000. So what were you making as a math teacher?
Very similar to a half. No, I was a couple master's degrees. I was making about 50 grand. I was coaching 3 or 4 sports for another
grand.
5 or 6 grand. Yeah.
So you get 5 grand for coaching, and then you get 50 for math, and then you make 55, and then you go 3 years later, you're making $500,000 a year. We want to find out like exactly, what steps you took to get there. Can you share that with us today?
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you the 2 biggest things that I learned how to do was lead gen at a massive level, and then ask the correct questions.
Okay, so what
timing,
are the correct questions? What are you talking about?
Timing and motivation. You can talk to whoever you want, till they're blue in the face and try to sell them over the phone. But if their timing's not there and their motivation's not there, you got to go deeper with people. You got to figure out why they're doing what they're doing. And once those 2 match up, I mean, it becomes a natural close. I've never been a hard closer, quote unquote. I've always just been,
So if their timing, I mean, like the reason that you're looking at timing, right, is because you don't want to waste your time.
Exactly. If I call Pat today and, hey, yeah, we're just starting our online search, which we know with the internet today, most people are starting their search 12 to 18 months before. And if they say that, I put them in a follow-up. And at the beginning, I just put everybody in a 30-day follow-up. Whatever you told me,
no matter
whether
what,
it was good or bad, I was just putting you. I was going to call you in 30 days because
you're not ready to buy now.
Exactly. If you identified, hey, we're looking out, we're looking right now, I'm gonna
So
go.
no matter what, even if they say next
close.
August or a year from now,
Yep.
you're putting in 30 days.
30 days. I was talking to them because things change.
I like that.
Things change, especially in the beginning. I didn't have that many leads in the beginning, so my follow-up was these people. And if you identified that you had the right name and number, man, I'm going to talk to you. And if you told me no on the phone the first time, I never judge people because maybe they were going through a bad moment or having a bad day or a bad week. I'm just going to call you in 30 days and check in on you. So that's kind of what I did. And so I, kind of go back to year 2. What actually happened is I started that team. I've got my first agent with me, and we ended up selling 14 homes in a month. And like you just pointed out, made more money in a month than I did in 3 years of teaching. But what really struck me is, hey, I can help people out. Not just the people I'm serving directly and buying or selling homes, but I can provide opportunities for other agents that aren't figuring out. I mean, this particular agent had been in the business, very intelligent, very savvy and great with people, but just hadn't figured out a couple things and only had, I think, 1 or 2 sales. And now, she's getting 5 sales in a month.
I want you to think about the word toolbox. What is a toolbox? A toolbox is a box full of tools that you use to build something great. At Real Estate Rockstars, we've created our own free toolbox. So everybody that comes on the show as a guest brings a tool with them, and we plow them all into this toolbox, and we give it away for our viewing audience to basically use as they wish. Everything we put in there is an actionable item that can be downloaded, can be printed, can be used immediately. And we got things like scripts and dialogues, checklists for teams, checklists to keep agents accountable, referral forms that are filled out at settlement to get referrals by your buyers and sellers. Everything you could think of that you could use on a regular basis about real estate is included in this toolbox, and it's helping agents worldwide sell more houses and make their jobs a lot easier and processes much more efficient. And the thing is, it's absolutely free. All you got to do is go to hibandigital.com/toolbox or text the word toolbox to 444-999. That's toolbox 444-999. Do it now.
Just just being around, just handing off. So we went to
So
the
this is
model.
agent on your team, right?
Agent on my team.
So
Yep.
what's your team look like now, Kelly?
Our team, so last year it was consistently about 5 or 6 people. We've grown. We're about 18 agents right now.
Right. And
yep.
And it's been 2 years building the team, right?
Yep.
So
With another
0 to 18, $500,000 in profit. And $100,000 doing it solo, $500,000 doing it as a team. Okay, so here's the question, right? So where are you getting the leads from?
We have a ton of different lead sources. We have streams coming in from about four or five. Referral and SOI. We still do direct mail.
That's a cliche. What else?
Yeah, I know.
Give me something we could use, right?
Yeah, we still direct mail. We do expireds and for sale by owners.
What are you sending
them? We actually send them just listed, just sold postcards that have our USPs all over them, have call to actions, make them offers, not just, hey, this house just listed. Everything we do has a direct call to action. So
you take expireds and you take FSBOs and you kind of target market them, even though you pretend like you don't know that they're FSBO or expired, and you just start sending them just
exactly. They're raising the hand. It's figuring out where to put your energy, where to put we know the 80-20 rule. So that's kind of how we operate all of our marketing. And of course, we're in Zillow. We can generate, we call them digital sign calls. We can put online advertisements.
Digital sign calls.
Yep.
Okay, tell me about that.
Well, not everyone's driving around neighborhoods looking for homes anymore. Most people start online, start on Zillow. So we can virtually create a sign call off of that by creating an advertisement before description. So we get people calling in about that home. We don't put too many disqualifiers about the home.
Slow down. So what do you do? Yeah. Like these are your listings or someone else's listings?
These are our listings, but we can typically turn a listing into 3 or 4 buyer clients in another listings.
How?
In another listing.
So tell me exactly. Like, what do you do? Like a third grader can understand.
Yeah, I mean, so we make the offer. We'll buy their home guaranteed. Buy this house and we'll buy yours guaranteed.
Buy this house and I'll buy yours.
Yep.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
And you advertise the house.
And we advertise the house. So we get a lot of people calling either about the house or calling about the guarantees, calling about off-market properties, whatever the target is, calling about 10 best buys within Temecula or 10 best buy pool homes. So we're always making extra offers wherever our name is. We're not just going to sell, hey, this is the GC Homes team. We work hard and we're honest and truthful. We're giving the buyers and sellers what they want.
What's GC Homes team?
Gilson Corey. So I have a 50-50 business partner, Blake Corey, marketing genius behind a lot of this stuff. He's constantly
he does all the marketing, and you're like the guy hiring and searching.
Hiring and team culture, and they call me the life coach on the team. So
the life coach.
I get into all that.
Manager, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
So what kind of technology is new and exciting you guys are using on the team now?
Probably the newest and most exciting is we use Agent Legend.
What's that? Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's been around for a couple of years. We just stumbled across it the last couple months, but it allows us to, as an opportunity to serve a family, or as what you might call a lead, Pat, comes into the database. The system will automatically send them either a voicemail or a text message. And so it's, again, direct response, getting those people to actually contact us. So our ISA department knows who to call first.
So it's like it's a robot, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's, back in the day, back in the 90s, it was hotlines. Now we're just using automation to sift and sort. We got a database of almost 11,000 people. We're not just going to say, hey, ISA team, go call all 11,000 people every single week. That's not applying the 80-20 rule.
So what do you do? Yeah. How do you do it?
The people that are responding to the offers, responding to the questions, those are the people we call first. They're raising their hand and then raising it a little bit higher.
What is how does the agent legend, how does this all explain? Do me a favor, break that down. Break that down, how it works.
So lead comes in, we'll just say through Zillow. Zillow lead comes in.
You paid for it. You bought a Zillow lead. Comes in.
And it can be any lead or opportunity to serve a family. Comes in, gets picked up by the agent legend technology, and gets a direct response, gets a text message that sends right to them.
Hey, this is Kelly. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah. You inquired about this home. Are you looking to see it today? And the people that say yes, we call them. And then we get deeper into that timing and motivation and why they're making a move. But our ISAs know who to call first. So, our lead ISA set almost 100 appointments in the month of January because she's focusing on the people that are raising their hand really, really high. So then our ISA department sets the appointment. The appointment is handed to, we call them our OSA department, our outside sales, our licensed agents. So the agent goes on either buyer or seller appointment, meets with people face to face, and starts serving families.
Interesting. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And it used to be like, the speed to lead used to be, you got to call them within the first 5 minutes, and now it's changed. Now it's within the first 5 seconds, and that's what this does, right? Ping. Whoa, what the, right? They go,
absolutely.
Or you're looking to look at it, and it's a chat bot, and they have to chat back, and they might say, no, right? No, I was just dorking around, and then what happened?
So then they go into a different follow-up campaign. They get put into our back-end CRM system, and our ISA will still call them, but not just directly after they responded. They'll probably call them during that day, still try to reach out to them just to figure out why, like I said, get that true motivation of why they're moving. And then again, put them back into a different follow-up campaign.
Fascinating. Okay. So, you built a team really fast, right? What lessons have you learned that we can learn from about, how to build a team really fast? What mistakes have you made? Help us out here. If someone's listening to this thinking, I want to build a team really fast like Kelly did.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to make a ton of mistakes. I probably made every single mistake in the book. Maybe hired too quickly, maybe hired people close to me that I shouldn't have. Didn't have the right systems and processes up first because right away it was just me, and I was, taking all 22 roles and trying to do everything. So I did a lot of abdication early rather than showing and teaching these people, going deeper with them, figuring out why they're even joining the team. Those are a lot of the mistakes that I made, not having the systems, number one, and then not working and training with my people enough because things were still great with me, still selling, working hand in hand with buyers. I was still, trying to serve 5 to 10 people a month myself. Yeah. And that wasn't fair to anybody. It's not fair to my clients that I was working with hand in hand, and it really wasn't fair to my agents. Even though they were getting opportunities, they were going on appointments, or they had, at the beginning, they had leads. Now they are really just given appointments, but there wasn't enough direction. And I can't say, hey, you're going to learn the same way that I did. Just because I learned it this way doesn't mean everyone learns the same way. And I should have known that as a former teacher. But I was busy. True. I was busy being busy.
And now word from Carrie Shaw, whose gross commission income has come close to $7 million in the last few years, and her net has been well over $2 million per year. This is someone you want to listen to.
For team leaders out there, if you have your people do this, the amount of time you're going to save training them will be worth a ton of money to you. They'll just be productive faster and be able to go out and generate incomes for themselves, which when I talk to team leaders, one of the biggest challenges they have, they hire when they're already so busy that they simply don't have the time to train. And so the number of agents that will succeed by just sitting with you in the car and absorbing what you're doing, and then they're going to go out and clone you, that's not realistic. That's not how it actually happens. They need to understand why you're doing what you're doing and how it's working. And most of you, by the time you hire, you don't have the time to do that effectively. So when I heard that Pat was doing this on the listing side, I mean, we bought it immediately. We put our whole listing team through it. Now when someone starts with us, they take the whole listing course before they start training with our team. And it's fantastic. I think it's a game changer.
If you want the type of success that Carrie Shull and her team have, go to hybendigital.com/teams to get group pricing. Get every one of your agents certified, and you won't regret it. Yeah, because with a teacher, at least you get a curriculum, right? You get textbooks, right?
Yeah.
And you can go through the textbook. You got a teacher's edition and you got a student's edition, and it's pretty much a no-brainer. So what'd you do? How did you get the teacher's edition of building a real estate team? That's a great question, right? And a great analogy. Tell me about this.
That's a perfect analogy, and I actually had the answers right under my nose. I was in a coaching program that had it laid out, had the whole entire team system laid out. I just didn't go deep enough. I went very surface level on
which one is that?
It's Craig Proctor Coaching.
Craig Proctor Coaching. So you joined Craig Proctor Coaching, and then Craig Proctor Coaching gave you like the teacher's edition of the book on how to build a team.
Yeah, he, Craig Proctor was the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world in the 90s and really figured out the team system, 20, 30 years before anybody else. And his systems and processes, he's not afraid. He's a great sharer for people that want to learn. So I went back into what he already given me. And I also, at this point, was starting to team up with Blake. And we were able to create a dual ownership where I could still sell and generate some income for the company, and he could go deeper within the training and the marketing.
Yeah, so you need that. I mean, you need like an ops person, like an office manager.
Yep.
Whether it's a partner or it's a hired head or it's yourself. I've talked to people that do that themselves and then just have all the agents do that. I mean, like right now, you're getting towards that, right? You said you haven't taken a buyer seller in 8 months. Is that right?
Yeah, I have not gone in an appointment in about 8 months.
So what do you do now?
That's a great don't put that on there. Yeah, right, exactly. No, like I said, I really do work with our agents. I meet with them every single week and go deeper with them.
You do. You meet with every agent individually, one-on-one?
Not necessarily individually.
As a group?
Now we're getting bigger. It was a lot easier when we had 5 or 6 agents, but we meet as groups. I also believe I would never have got to this level if I didn't get heavy into personal development. The same time that I got into coaching, I really got into personal development, really developed morning routines, really got heavy into reading. And, I'm going to put it out there, meditation and affirmations and visualizations, all the things that I was never taught in life and probably, or may have been taboo in the town of 1,200 people in Nebraska. You don't really talk that way. And so I got into it and man, everything started to come together. And so I absolutely believe that our personal income will never exceed our personal development level. So I work on constantly trying to improve myself, go to different events. We were together in Steamboat a couple months ago.
Yeah, that was great. That was awesome.
Right. Listening to individuals like Jeff Hoffman and yourself and Tim Rhodes and everyone that's in that group has done amazing things. So I feel like it's my job to go learn from greater minds so then I can take this information and share it with the people that I'm surrounding myself with here back in Temecula in my team. So I believe, Tony Robbins says it, there's not anywhere he won't go or any amount of money he won't spend to go learn to be better. And so that's kind of what I do now. I'm on the road probably once a month, going to different events or going and speaking at events. I coach for Craig Proctor. Blake and I have about 135 students.
And that's a great way to learn too, by the way, is to teach. I mean, and you should have
absolutely
probably do teach. I mean, it's a great way to learn, right?
Yep. Now our team, we're probably going to double our production in 2018 from last year. Just where we're coming across some amazing people, some great talent, and we already have some talent there to do what we did last year. And those people are.
You've been in the business 3 years. What happens? Are all these agents you're bringing in are brand new? What happens when you get an agent that's been in business 20 years and you're bringing them in on the team? I mean, how's that roll?
We have agents from every walk of life. We have brand new agents. We have agents that have been in the business a year or two. We have agents that have been in the business for 10 plus years come talk to us. But what we're doing is, like I said, we're not providing leads. We provide appointments. They don't come in with any expenses. And then they come in and I'll just kind of paraphrase what one of our newest agents.
Yeah, please do.
She just said, I've never been around a real estate company that treats people like this. And so we go, like I said, we start every Monday with a minute from everybody of sharing what they're grateful for. And there's tears that come up because people are going through things, and we truly support each other as a team and as a family, and we pick each other up. And the best thing is, my top agent grossed over $300,000 herself last year.
No kidding.
And yeah, she went from selling one home the previous year to
one house in 12 months.
Yep, to selling, almost 28 homes in 2017. And
get her on the show, right? So tell me, what is she doing?
Well, we have the system. We have the systems and processes built out. So agents get their license to work with people, right? And they get into the business though, and they start spending, like if I went back to day one and I spent all my time, if I tried to door knock my way to success, I'll be very honest, I would have probably burnt out.
Wow.
And
yeah, of course.
80% of people do burn out. And then of the people that make it in the first year, after the first year, 80% of those people never make it to year 5. Because now, especially with online lead generation, it costs money. It's not pretty to just run a team. Yeah, we get to be on shows like this, and it might sound real pretty, but you're going to go through tough times. We have monthly expenses. And not everybody wants to be a business owner. So she does what she's very, very good at, and she works with people. She gets called to an appointment. Every one of our agents gets an appointment set with them, whether it's with a buyer or a seller, and they go, we just call it getting belly to belly, and they work with people. And then they, help them find the home. So they have two jobs, because then it goes to our back end where we have our TCs and our assistants and our VAs working on the back end to make sure that the transactions are closing in that sense. Plus we have 2 customer service reps that are making sure that our clients are getting this wow experience, because we still want to set up a business built on repeats and referrals and testimonials.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, that's awesome to hear. I love that. Well, listen, Kelly, as you know, everybody that comes on the show brings a free gift. And what we do with the free gift is we're going to put it in your show notes, which is going to be at hibandigital.com/Kelly Gilson, and it's Gilson, hibandigital.com/Kelly Gilson. And in addition to that, we put it in the agent toolbox, which has a plethora of other free gifts that all the agents that have come on this show have brought. And these things are PDFs, guys. This is stuff that you can download, use, print out, pass around at your team. This is real tangible stuff that's usable in your business. So in any event, Kelly's going to give that. So Kelly, what are you bringing today?
Yeah, I'm going to share with anyone who wants to create a team 10 things that you can go into a new market. I know the industry norm is, hey, build a business of people that you know. I didn't have that option, and I feel like people are moving around all the time, would love to get into real estate. So I'm going to go ahead and share the 10 things that you can do in a new market to set up a business and start running a team at a high level.
I love that. Anybody, and you don't have to move from Nebraska to California to do that. You can be in your area for a long time and just be insecure about, not knowing a lot of people, and want to use this checklist. You know what I mean? There's tons of people that could use this. Everybody should look at the checklist and just see if they've met all the criteria on there. If not, just use some of them. But certainly you could put it in your pocket and take it and move to a sunnier area or a better area for you and your family and create your own destiny with your own environment. I bet a lot of people wish they had this. So I appreciate that. And guys, I want to put this hibandigital.com/Kelly Gilson, and it's also hibandigital.com/toolbox to get this as well as everything else in the toolbox. Or you could just simply text the word toolbox to 444-999. Kelly is KELLYGILSON. Kelly, listen, boss, this has been awesome. I will see you for sure at the next GoBundance event, and if not, I will see you if I'm out that way in sunny Temecula. We'll get together and break some bread, my friend.
Absolutely, brother. I appreciate you having me on. I think what you're doing for real estate agents across the country is amazing. I've heard a lot of new agents saying exactly what I said. I didn't know what to do. I wish that I would have got turned on to podcasts a year earlier, because you're providing tools for people. It's an education for people, and it's free. It's podcast. So thank you for taking the attitude of, hey, I just want to help as many people in this world as possible be successful. So that's we just need more of you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much for tuning in to Real Estate Rockstars. If this free content is giving you a ton of value, I want to ask a small favor in return. I need you to pull out your pointing finger and hit the subscribe button. Yes, hit subscribe, please. The more subscribers that we get on Real Estate Rockstars, the better guests are attracted to the shows. We'll get more guests from the top companies, from the top teams, and even more celebrity guests like Robert Kiyosaki and Barbara Corcoran. Also, if you're not a member of our free Facebook group, go to Real Estate Rockstars Radio right on Facebook and join the conversation. I'm on there myself on FaceTime Lives, and we have a lot of communications and questions about the show, and I'd love to see you there. And it's free. People ask me all the time, where am I on social media? I'm real easy to find. Just type in my name. My IG is I am Pat Hyben. It is blowing up on Instagram, adding tons of subscribers, and I'm on there probably twice a day. So definitely follow me on Instagram, as well as everywhere else. Thanks again for listening, and keep rocking.